All right, so again, how do we answer letter A? How did we answer? How did we get x is equal to 42? So we had 1/3 x minus 8 equals 6. So again, you can rewrite 1/3 x like x over 3. Okay, they're the same. And then what do we do here? So we transpose -8 to the other side, so it becomes 6 plus 8, and that gives us 14. Again, how do we solve for this one? How do we solve for x? Okay, the shortest method is we just cross multiply. Again, the denominator 14 is 1, but of course we don't write over 1 for, for all whole numbers. So the shortcut here is 3 times 14. That's how we got 42. Okay, now this is the shortcut. Now if you want to use the longer one, okay, this is the longer method. Okay, so we basically multiply the whole equation by the LCD. Okay, so your LCD here is 3. I mean between 3 and 1. So obviously your LCD is 3. And then so 3 times uh, x over 3, or x, okay, and then equals 3 times 14 is 42. Either way, your answer will be the same. Okay. And then for letter B, now this one is a bit more complicated to, I mean, compared to letter A. So we have 5 over 2y plus 3.5 equals 2/3 y plus 5. Again, so yesterday, so we just brought down 5 over 2y, and then uh, I transpose 2/3 y to the left side, because again, all variables should come together and then all constants should be on the other side. So I brought down 5, and then what happened to 3.1/2? So I changed 3.1/2 to improper fraction and then transpose it to the right side. That's why this is now minus 5 over 2. And then the next step is to think of what is the LCD, or least common denominator, between 2, 3, and 2. Okay, what is the number? What is a number? I mean, think of a number that can be divided by 2 and 3. And obviously that is a 6. Okay, so we multiply the whole equation by 6 to remove the fraction. Okay, so 6 times 5 over 2 is 15y, and then 6 times 2/3 is 4y, or minus 4y, and then 6 times 5 gives you 30, and then 6 times 5 over 2 gives you 15. And then simplifying this, okay, our answer is 15 over 11. Now class, there is another way in solving this. Okay, so you may want to evaluate this before you think of the LCD. Okay, you look for the LCD. So let's evaluate this first. Okay, so what is 5 over 2? You can use your calculator for this. So 5 over 2 minus 2/3. Okay, so this is an alternate way. So we have 11 over 6y, and then equals, so what is 5 minus 5 over 2? 5 over 2. Okay, so it's also 5, sorry, so 5 over 2. Okay, now you can look for your LCD now. Okay, so your LCD, or LCD, is 6, still 6, of course. Okay, so 6 times 11 over 6, so you just cancel 6 here, so it gives you 11y, okay, or 11y. Okay, so this is canceled now. Equals, what is 6 times 5 over 2? Okay, so it gives you 15. Sorry, 15. And then solving for y, we divide both sides by 11. So our answer is 15 over 11. So this is an alternate way of getting the final answer. Okay, so it's up to you. If you want to use this or this one, okay, it's up to you. Okay, so that is letter B. Do you have any questions, Ekwan? Anyone? Any question? Okay, so before we go to letter C, no question. All right, so let's go to letter C. So this is our third example. So okay, what do we have here? So we have z plus 2 over 2 equals 3z plus 2 over 5. Now, how do we solve for z here when we have fractions like this? Okay, so again, if you still remember, what did we do with letter A? We just cross multiplied, right? Okay, now we can also cross multiply this, okay? But compared to letter B, okay, if you compare letter B and letter C, you cannot cross multiply letter B right away because again, you have terms, okay, in both sides of the equal sign. So that means you cannot simplify or you cannot cross multiply unless, okay, you only have one term on one side, okay, like this, okay. But look, if I got plus 1/2 here, I cannot use cross multiplication because I have plus 1/2 here. Same goes with the left side. Let's say I have z over 2 here. So I cannot cross multiply that. So you should only have one term in or on both sides to be able to cross multiply them. Okay. So let's cross multiply now. So 2 is multiplied to 3z plus 2, and then 5 is multiplied to z plus 2. Okay, so what do we get? So we get 5z plus 2. Sorry, plus 10. Sorry. Okay, again. So 5 times z is 5z. 5 times 2 is 10. Then equals 2 times 3z gives you 6z. And then 2 times 2 here is equal to 4. Okay, so you have your equation now without any fractions. Okay, second, do you have any question? None? Okay, so after this, we can proceed to the usual steps. Okay, so we put again all variables on one side and constants on the other side. So I'll bring down 5z here and transposing 6z to the left side. So it will become negative 6z or minus 6z equals, and then bring down 4 and then transpose positive 10. So it becomes minus 10. And then let's answer them now. Okay. So 5 minus 6z is negative z. Okay. Equals 4 minus 10 is negative 6. Okay, second one, let me ask you something. Is this my final answer? Hmm. Second one, anyone? Any volunteer? Is this my final answer? Yes or no?
No,
Okay, no. Brian, why is why? Why do you think?
because there is negative z.
All right, very good. Okay, so thank you, Brian. Okay, so this is not yet my final answer because look, I told you guys from last time, x or any variable here should always be positive. Okay, so in this case, this is still negative z. So therefore, we still need to divide both sides by what? What should we divide them? What number? Okay. What's this number in front of z that we cannot z? that we cannot see. Okay. Oh, it's negative 1, right? So we divide them by negative 1. Okay. So from that, we cancel the negative 1. So our answer is z is equal to 6. Okay, so that's it. So that's your answer there. Okay, so that's letter C. For C, or for letter C, so we have 1/3 x equals 7. Now, again, you can rewrite 1/3 x as x over 3 equals 7. And then what do we do next after this? We just cross multiply. Okay, so after you cross multiply this, what is your answer? So x here, oops, x here is equal to 21. Okay, so it's 21. Okay, so if your answer is 21, that means you're correct with number 4C. Okay, all right. Okay, so I will explain until 7B, don't worry, guys. Okay, now next is 4E. Now let's have 4E. So we have 1/3 x plus 3 equals 4. So instead of 1/3 x, I'll rewrite this as x over 3 equals 4. And then I'll transpose 3 on the other side. So it becomes minus 3, right? So I got x over 3 equals 1. So my answer here, if you cross multiply, x here is equal to 3. Okay, is that your answer? Okay, so your answer is 3. Okay, how about 6a? Now 6a, so we have x here and another x here. So we should put them together in one side, right? So what I'll do, I'll transpose a negative 1/3 to the left side. So it becomes x, so bring down x, and then from negative 1/3, it becomes a plus 1/3 x, or okay, 1/3 x equals 12. Now, what is x plus 1/3? Hmm? What is x plus 1/3 x? Okay, so there's an implied 1 here. So basically, it's 1 plus 1/3. So what is 1 plus 1/3? Okay, so you got 4 over 3 and then x equals 12. Okay, so what do we do next? So we cross multiply again. Okay, so it becomes 3 times 12. Okay, so we bring down 4x is equal to, what is 3 times 12? It's 36. And then how do you solve for x? You divide both sides by 4. Okay, so x here is equal to, what is 36 divided by 4? It's 9. Okay, so that's your answer for number 6a. Do you have any question? So 6a is equal to 9. Okay, so I think everyone got it right. Okay, 6a. Ryan, what's your answer for 6a? Ryan, you did not answer number 6a. Okay, you cannot subtract 12 and x over 3. Okay, again, you have here 1/3 x. So you cannot subtract this. Okay, they are different. So you need to put this with its with its um, same with the same variable, right? With the same kind. Okay, so it becomes x plus 1/3 x. Okay, so your answer is 9. So so Tisha got it right. Stella. Okay. All right. So again, class, x plus 1/3 x is the same as 1 plus 1/3. So it should be 4/3. Okay. Okay. Okay, Brian, where is your work? Okay, Matthew is right. Brian, where is your work? All right, and then let's have. Okay, let's have 7a. So 7a, when it's like this, you can cross multiply this right away. Okay, like that. And then what's your answer? So 5 times 2 gives you 10 equals x times 4 gives you 4x. So what is your x? What's the value of x? So divide both sides by 4. X is equal to, what is 10 over 4 in simplest form? It's 5 over 2. Okay, is this your answer for 7a? Mhm. All right, so let's have the 7b. Class, again, just don't forget this, okay? Now, you cannot cross multiply. You cannot cross multiply. When you have, let's say, minus 1/3 x here, you cannot cross multiply. Remember that, okay? The only way you can only cross multiply is that you only have one fraction here and one fraction there. And then that's it, okay? Now, for 7b, we can still cross multiply for 7b, okay? So what happens here? So y minus 1 times 2 and then 3 times 12. Okay, so it becomes 3 times 12. What do you get? You get 36 equals 2 times y minus 1. Okay, so y minus 1 times 2 is this one. So let me just evaluate this. So 36 equals 2y minus 2. So solving for y, bring down 2y equals, so what happens with plus 2? It goes to the left side. So bring down 36 plus 2. So bring down 2y, 36 plus 2 is 38, and then to solve for y, divide both sides by 2. So y is equal to, what is 38 divided by 2? 19. Okay, so that's your answer for